Hello everyone, welcome to the tutorial. This video is in continuation to the previous video wherein I was talking about outliers. Okay, in that particular video we understood the basic concept of outliers, what are outliers, how to identify them, once we identify them, what to do with them. Now that we have understood the basic concept, let's continue how to spot outliers practically. I'll be using Jupyter Notebook. You can use any IDE of your choice. Okay. Now, I will first import the required libraries. Then, I will upload the dataset. I already have this dataset in my local machine. You can take it from here. This is the dataset that I have taken. Or you can simply take it from the GitHub. I will provide the link in the description box. Okay. Now, let's upload the dataset and look at the first 5 observation of this dataset. We can see that there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, there are 7 columns, and how many records we can understand from df.shape. So we have 1338 records and 7 features. Now that we understood the basic shape of the data, let's look at the df.info. df.info is a quick way to get a full feel of the dataset. It's just like a doctor checking the pulse of the patient before examining. Okay, so it is saying that some columns are categorical, some are numericals. There is no missing number here. Yeah, so let's look at, now we will execute df.describe. This will give basic statistics for all the numerical features. Now let's execute this code. From here also we can spot the extreme values. Let's look at the column BMI. Here the maximum value of BMI column is 53.13. Okay, which is far greater than Q3. So this is giving us a hint that there can be outliers. Same goes for the column charges. Here mean is 13,000 something. Sorry, my bad. It's 13,000 something, and Q2 is, that is the median, is 9,300 something. So mean is very large as compared to the median. So usually when mean is extremely large, that shows that gives a hint that there can be outliers. And usually very high mean means there are few extreme large values, which what those large values are doing, they are basically pulling up the average. Very large values causing the mean to pull up. Okay, or you can say that your data is right skewed. There are some very high values lying on the right side. So again we have a clue that there are outliers. They can be outliers. So in order to understand more, okay, I don't know why I have written box plot here. I will be making first the histogram. This is the histogram for the column BMI, a simple histogram. And from here I can see that although the distribution looks like a normal curve, but most of the observation are lying in the normal region and some observation are lying on the right side. So these observations, they represent unusual high BMI and can be outliers also. Now this is something that we need to deep dive. I will do it when we'll be using IQR method. I can use z-score here also because it is looking like normal distribution. Okay. Now let's do the same for the column charges, which shows that the data is right skewed. It's not normally distributed, first thing. And most people are clustered around the lower and mid range of charges. Okay. But there is a long tail. There is a long tail on the right side. And this tail represent a group of people that are charged way too high. Again, it can be outliers. Basically it represents those people who maybe took who had serious health condition, or they took extended treatments, or maybe they had some premium insurance policy. Now this is something that we need to deep dive on. Just spotting the outliers is not enough. We need to understand why they exist, why such high value exist, if it is an error or they are true values. Okay. So in such cases, if possible, we should consult someone who understands the domain well. Okay. So now, coming back to the point, here from the histogram of both BMI and charges, I can say that BMI follows normal distribution and it may have some outliers, and from charges it is rightly skewed, but lot of values are there which are lying on the right side and they have outliers. So box plot will give a clear view. Yes, box plot is giving a clear picture that yes, BMI has outliers and so goes with the charges. For charges, the box plot is showing even a more interesting stories. There are a lot of observations that are lying above the upper waist. Okay. So both BMI and charges clearly have outliers, as we can see from this both box plot. There are several points lying above the upper whisker in both box plot. Okay. Now let's examine how to understand how many observations are there which are outliers. So I'll be using IQR in order to understand how many observation we can treat them as outliers for both BMI and charges. So what am I doing for BMI is that I'm first calculating Q1, Q3, then I'm calculating the interquartile range and just using the basic formulas that we have already studied to find the lower and upper bound, simply printing them, and then I'm saying that from the data fetch the column BMI, and if the records in that particular column is lower than lower bound or it is above the upper bound, below this number and above this number, consider them as outliers. And then simply I'm printing the length of those observations. So let's execute this code and I can see that the number of BMI outliers detected is 9. Let's do the same process for the column charges. And as the graph itself says, there are a lot of observations which are outliers in the column charges as compared to BMI. This is something that we can see from here also. There are 139 observations that we are considering as outliers as per this formula. Now, as I told you, the column BMI looks like it has a normal distribution. I can apply z-score method here. So I am using the z-score method for the column BMI. So simply import the library z-score for using SciPy. Then I am simply saying that calculate the z-score for the column BMI. What is happening here is basically for all the observations of column BMI, I am simply taking the observation, deducting it from the mean, that is x minus mu, and dividing by the standard deviation. This is something that you don't have to do manually. This code will itself do. Okay. Now once we convert all the observations into their respective z-score, then I'm simply let me take the threshold as 3. Then I'm considering the threshold as 3, and then I am saying that in the column BMI, if the absolute value of the z-score, irrespective of plus or minus, if the absolute value is greater than the threshold, and what is the threshold? 3. So if z-score for that column is greater than 3, I am saying that consider them as outliers. Okay. So, and remember here I am taking the absolute value. So even if it is negative, does not matter. Simply take the absolute value. If it is greater than the threshold, I'll say that they will be considered as outliers as per this formula. And I'm now simply printing the number of outliers as per this method. So number of outliers detected using this method is 4. Now let's make a little strict decision and take the threshold as 2.8. Using this method, I will have 6 outliers. Okay. So it depends upon situation to situation. What is the threshold that you need to keep? It depends. But in general, we take it as 3. Okay. Now we have all understood how to spot outliers, how to see where it lies. Now, one thing that you can do, simply spotting is not enough. If you want, you can treat outliers differently. How? You can make a separate column telling, and in that particular column you can tell if that record has outliers or not. And why do we do that? Because it will make it easier to analyze and filter the data later in the modeling part. Okay. So especially if you want to treat the outliers differently in your data set, this is something that you can do beforehand. So I'm doing it for the column BMI. I'm simply saying that wherever the z-score of the column BMI is greater than 3, make a different column and simply print outliers. If it is less than 3, then they will be considered as normal. Okay. If greater than 3, outlier, else normal. Now let's execute this code and again look at the first 5 observation of the data set. Okay. Now there are only 6 outliers out of 1338 records. So of course, the result is not something that we can see, but if we look at the data set, we can spot those observations. Okay.